Hey everyone, it's Allie, and today I want to talk about a pretty overpowered echo farming route that you can do every single day to get yourself quite a lot of echoes for the three main meta damage types right now, which are Havoc, Fusion, and Electro. This was a farming route that I came to figure out from me trying to find the most optimal farming route for Encore specifically. And when looking at different echoes to farm with the interactive map, I actually realized that a lot of the 1-star echoes share damage types with the other meta ones, making farming for multiple damage types at the same time very viable and very efficient. A good example of this is the Electro Predator. It can either roll as a Fusion or Electro based echo, meaning that if you're looking to play both Calcharo Yinlin and you're looking to play Encore at the same time as two separate teams for a Tower of Adversary, every single Electro Predator echo that you find along the way will be guaranteed to be good for one of the two teams. This is also shared across quite a lot of the 1-star echoes. For example, we have Fusion Warriors, Spectre Prisms, and Young Geohydesarans, which are exactly the same thing. Unfortunately for these, they do have 3 set types on them, meaning that 1/3 of the time they're not going to be as useful. But in the case of Fusion Warriors, Arrow's good if you have GN, and for the Young Geohydesarans, the attack set is not bad for more casual players who are just looking to get one strong set of echoes that are half decent for all characters if you're just simply trying to get yourself a half decent echo set and you're not looking to fully min-max. So the next thing we should talk about before we start talking about the farm yard itself is how echoes actually drop. Every single day, all monsters that you kill will be dead until the next daily reset. If you want to know when a daily reset is going to happen, all you simply have to do is click on the guidebook, and at the top of the activity tab, you'll see when the daily reset is going to happen. This means you technically want to go and kill every single monster on the map every single day. Now, the thing about that is that's not really efficient to do, and it's going to take you quite a long time, if it's even possible at all, to kill every single monster. It's going to be a massive chore to do every day. The 2 routes I found are going to give you somewhere around 20 to 30% of all of the 1-cost echoes for these 3 damage types they can get on the map every day. And because they're so condensed, it's only going to take you somewhere around 25 minutes to fully do these routes, meaning that for a very small time investment every day, or until you have enough echoes that you don't really want to go farm this anymore, you are going to be able to get yourself quite a majority of the echoes that you actually care about without spending half your day on a daily chore. Now let's actually talk about the 2 farming routes that we can do. The first route is going to be Northfall Barrens. We're basically clearing the whole zone, as it's very simple to just hug the left side of each island and go in a clockwise fashion. That's going to give you all the echoes within 15 minutes at most. And the second one is going to be in the Sea of Flames, which requires you to do a little bit of zigzagging through all the different buildings. And it's going to be about a 10-minute route that's going to give you somewhere around 60 to 70% of the monsters that Northfall Barrens is going to give you. I would recommend that you do both every day, and that means it's going to take you about 25 minutes. And again, this is dependent on how fast you can do it, with how fast your characters are and how much damage you do. But if you don't feel like doing both, if that's a little bit too much time per day to do effectively a daily, you can just choose to do one of the 2 based on which one you like the most. And they're both going to be basically just as good as each other, as they're both very time efficient, and they're going to give you the same spread of echoes for all 3 damage types. If we want to start talking about the Northfall Barrens route first, it's going to be very simple. You simply just want to start by going to the residence beacon at the bottom of the Northfall Barrens, and then from here we're simply just going to be hugging the left side of each island, going clockwise through each island in the island chain until we get to the end of the Northfall Barrens. In the description below, there will be an imager that has a route that you can follow, and this is basically the route that I do every single day, and it should be the most efficient one. This is going to kill every single monster in the Northfall Barrens, with the exception of 1 or 2 that are just a little bit too out of the way to bother with. And as long as you just follow along with it on your second monitor, this shouldn't take you very long to memorize, especially since the Northfall Barrens is pretty open, so you can just immediately see all the monsters around you. So if you simply just remember to always stick to the left side of the coast, you'll very quickly be able to do this whole route with no map. The second route that we're going to be talking about here is going to be the Sea of Flames route. Now, the Sea of Flames route is going to be a little bit more involved. There are quite a lot of packs in the Sea of Flames, and the biggest thing to keep in mind here is simply going to be how to actually go through all of them as efficiently as possible. Now, the way I personally have been doing this is by immediately going to the residence beacon in the middle of the Sea of Flames, the one closest to the Inferno Rider, immediately jumping off to the left, off the bridge, and then going through and clearing all the way to the coast, and then just doing a zigzag through all the monsters in the outer ring of buildings, going outside the Sea of Flames to get a Sarad pack and a TD pack over there by the beacon outside the Sea of Flames, and finally going back and zigzagging through some of the outer buildings, eventually making my way to the top side of the Sea of Flames and killing all the monsters in that area. This route is a little bit harder to remember, as there's quite a lot of buildings blocking your line of sight, so it's not immediately clear which pack you should go to next. But in my opinion, if you just do this route 1 or 2 times with the map open on another tab, you'll learn it very quickly. There's a few other packs a little bit further to the north of the Inferno Rider spawn if you do want to get yourself a few more monsters, but in my opinion, I feel like they're just a little bit too far and you don't really need that many one-cost minions. But going all the way for additional pack or two of monsters isn't really worth my time, but you can if you really are desperately looking for more 1-star echoes. In total, this route took me about 25 minutes or so to complete, and if you want to look at all the echoes that we got, for the Molten Rift set, I ended up getting myself 5 new 5-cost echoes, which is a little bit on the unlucky side. As we can see, we got a little bit more than half of 4-star ones, but these ghosts would be useful if you just want to upgrade them to 5 or 10 and you just need something half decent. For the Void Thunder set, starting at this one down here, we ended up getting ourselves 12 new 5-star Void Thunder 1 cost, which is pretty much exactly what you'd expect out of this. I did get a little bit unlucky with the fire sets, but the Void Thunders make up for it. And if we want to look at the Havoc set, I ended up getting ourselves 9 new 5-star 1 cost echoes. In my opinion, getting myself 25 new 1 cost echoes for the 3 major damage types in the game currently for 25 minutes worth of work is a really good deal. Now, that's not the only thing that we got here. While we were doing this, we did get a few 3-cost echoes while we ran around as well. Now, these are not going to be as plentiful. You most likely are going to want to do a specific 3-cost echo farming route, but I did end up getting myself 1 Tambourinus, which did end up rolling electro damage, so a little bit unfortunate. And if we look at the Void Thunder set, we did get 1 new Flautist, but unfortunately it also rolled Havoc and is only 4-star quality. Finally, for the Molten Rift set, we didn't end up getting ourselves any new 3-star Molten Rift echoes, but you might end up getting yourself 1 or 2 of these as you go along, which is a nice added benefit. If you have any questions on any of this, feel free to leave a comment in the comments below, and I'd be more than happy to help you as soon as I can. I also stream on Twitch every single day, so feel free to come by Twitch and ask any questions you have there. With all that said, I hope you kitties have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next video.